and welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I have I'm going to show you an extremely fun idea that I woke up from deep sleep and thought, this is a great idea, I got to do it today. So it involves tissue paper, both white tissue paper like you just wrap presents in. I also use tissue paper from Patterns because it looks a little tie-dyed, tea-dyed, I should say coffee-dyed, and my double-sided carpet tape. I've used this double-sided carpet tape in quite a few videos to make just plain old fabric strips where I put the fabric on there. I made them to use as decoration for ephemera, and I also use them, cut them apart to make the tabs that I used in my 50s journal that I recently made. So we've got that where I made all those tabs. But I thought of, why can't I use it to make strips, snippets? And then I thought, well, why can't I stamp it? And then it just snowballed from there. And I have 4 completely separate ideas on what to use, how to use this tissue paper with this to make your own tissue paper stickers or tissue paper washi tape. Because you know how not fun it is to stick tissue paper down, but this makes it so much easier to turn tissue paper into stickers. So let me show you the stuff that I ended up making. Oop, it's stuck, there we go. And we'll go from there. So we'll start with the finished products. So I have these 2, I don't know what you want to call it, belly bands. Move that out of the way a little bit to see. They're, or side tucks, they're hard. 2 of the ideas are on here where I put the paper down to make strips, and where I have the tissue paper stamped and cut out to make ephemera decorations. I've used, this has 3 of the ideas. This is the paper. I have wrapped it around the paper that is stuck down. This uses an ink transfer technique that I have in here, and also the stamping technique. And then I also have this one where I have the transfer technique, the stamping technique, and the ink dyeing technique. So many ideas in this video on how to take a simple strip of white tissue paper that is attached to this and make all of this fun stuff. I mean, look at all this fun stuff. We got ink transfer stuff. I got stamped and dyed stuff. The paper stuff. This is the keep calling it tea-dyed. It looks kind of tea-dyed, but the pattern paper that I've gone and stamped, and the tissue paper that has been stamped, the tissue paper that has been dyed, or the not the tissue paper, the pattern paper that has been dyed and stamped. I got the ink transfers here by themselves on just the plain old tissue paper. Some more of the ink transfers then stamped on top of it. So many different options that can be used for these. Printer's acting up again. Yeah, and then I'll show you some uses that I put in the 50s book that I have, as well as doing these. So yeah, so lots of different ways to take care of this, lots of different ways to make washi tape, tissue paper. All right, so here we go. All right, so for the first project that I'd like to do in making your own washi tape is one that I'm going to be making using bits and pieces of digitals that are scraps. So we're going to start this. I made into a not chipboard, the comic book board, where I can either make it into a tag to go somewhere or glued to the side so it's a side tuck. So I'm going to show you how I made the background, and then the next project I'm going to show how I made the labels that go on top. So let us start. So I'm going to be using the fabric carpet tape that I've used in several videos. I made the fabric tape using this, so that video is below, but that's how I got to hook my book together. All right, so we are going to start out with the double-sided, I keep calling fabric tape, rug tape. It's like rug tape. So I think we're gonna do I think I'll do about 10 inches. So we're gonna start out with having it not roll away. We are going to hold it down with some, I'm gonna use this one on this side. We're gonna hold it down with some washi tape just to get it to be not wanting to roll away as fast. So I'm gonna use the washi tape to hold it down, and it'll probably stay in the project because I think this one I'm going to do, because that first one I did lots of pinks. I think this one I'm going to put a little bit more blue. All right, so it's not going to hold it down great, but at least it'll give it a little bit of something to grab onto to be able to let go, because if you touch this, it doesn't go anywhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll go about there. Okay. All right, I think I'll put this washi tape on this side. And like I said, it could end up being part of the project when all is said and done. But there we go. All right, so it's holding down ish. All right, so we're gonna take pieces of just regular digitals, and we are just gonna stick them down to the paper, or to the tape. And that one went too low. Bummer. Okay. Now at some point, I will have to put some glue down because things are going to overlap just a little bit. But for now, I'm just going to be using the glue that's on this fabric tape to stick. Now, one thing nice about is if you do miss a spot, you could always go over it with a bit of washi tape on top of it just to fill it in. So we're just gonna keep overlapping, keep rolling. Let's get some glue on there. Let's put that down. Yeah, see, this is lifting up, so when I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and glue that down ever so little bit-ish. Now, we definitely can use very small pieces of paper for this, which is nice. Put that there. And put that up there. So it's kind of like making a mini collage masterboard, would be my interpretation of it. Put that there. I'll be able to cut that off, and let's use a little bit of this and put that there. Okay, so I think I got everything covered now with the tape. Now let's go through and just do a little peek and lift and see what needs to be glued down a little bit. And the stuff, oops, the stuff that is touching the tape is definitely not going to need to be glued down. All right. Okay, I've got some piece right there. Got a little bit of corner right there. And a little bit right there. Okay, I think I got most all of it. can't wrap that around because I have to peel it someday. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and cut what is sticking out. Now if you wanted to make one that had the stuff sticking out, by all means you could, but I am just going to clean it up here. The backing tape on the double stick tape is fairly thick enough that you can put your scissors against the edge and do a pretty good job of cutting straight. And a little bit on the end there. Okay, we'll get rid of the extra fluff and find out what still needs to be a little bit glued. And there we are, a lovely homemade snippet washi tape. Fun, right? And like I said, we can just take a little bit of, I got the washi tape down there, take a little bit of washi tape in the middle here, just to cover up some of the seams. I'm just going to throw a little bit of glue on there so it doesn't okay, and where are you? Come on, I just used you. You have to have an end somewhere. There you are. All right, push that here. All right, so I would wrap it around, but since eventually we're gonna have to peel this back off to stick it on something, then we're going to go ahead and just trim that off. Okay, I'm sure there's probably another spot that's popping up, but for time's sake, I'm not going to go through and investigate every little crack, but if something pops up, you'd want to glue it back down. And there you go. So this is the piece that came off of the end of my, oh there it is, of this one, because it was longer. This one I made shorter. This came off of one of these ends somewhere, I think right here, came off of there. So this piece I can actually use somewhere else onto something as a I was gonna say adornment, but yeah, so it was sort of like a sticker. Fun piece for it. So I could do the same thing with this if we wanted to. If I wanted to make a tall tag, I could cut it and use the rest for something else. Next I'm going to show you how I made these, how we're going to make those, and we can add some of those to this. So I'm going to stop the video, clean this up, and get ready to start making those. Alright, so to make this, I'm going to be using the same double-sided rug tape and tissue paper. So let me get these two out of the way here and grab, so I've got just plain white tissue paper. I've used this quite a few times in printing on and stuff like that, so I thought I would use it. And then I also grabbed a piece of pattern paper that had, you can still see some of the patterns on there, but I thought it would be kind of interesting to do the same technique but using a almost like tie-dyed or not tie-dyed, coffee-dyed piece of paper, even though it's not actually coffee-dyed, it just looks like it. All right, so we're going to start with this one, and we're going to take our same lovely tape, and I'm just going to try to figure out about how long this is. I don't want to go over tissue. All right, we're just going to do our best to lay it down, and I'm going to just fill this sheet up so so I can do a whole bunch at once. All right, I don't want to overlap this tape, so I'm going to come close. And looks like I went over, but I'll be able to cut that. And looks like I can get one more. Okay. And there we go. All right, so, oh, don't rip. Okay. I'm just gonna cut that sticky part off. But I'm gonna leave the rest of the paper on, that is fine. And I'm going to use my smoother just to burnish this on. Make sure it is on nice and good. So when I go to peel it off, we'll be able to use it. Okay, I'll go ahead and make a couple strips on this one. Now this one could be interesting because it is a bit more wrinkly. We'll see. I'm gonna start from this side. Okay. Wow, I've cut those pretty much almost the exact same size. Couldn't have done that if I tried. I think I'm still going to put one on top of that next one, just because I am not upset that it's going to have other lines on there. Just will add to the washi tape look. Okay, and again, we're going to go and we're going to do our best to smooth it out. And as you can see, even though it started out wrinkled, I can get rid of quite a lot of the smaller wrinkles. Yeah. Okay, that is, I think, pretty well burnished on now. Okay. I'm going to cut this bit off, though, because it's a little bit more than extra. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. We are going to stamp on these, and I'm going to be using archival instead of distress inks. I'm going to give that a shot. I think it's going to probably work a little better in case of don't want wetness to smear it at all. So, all right, so I pulled some kind of background-ish kind of things first, just to kind of fill these out a little bit, and we're just going to go ahead and stamp. Now, do we want to? Maybe I'll do a bit of gray. We'll start with gray for this on the background, just to add some background, and we're just gonna randomly stamp. Okay, we'll call that one done. And all right, so I've got these. I was pulling through some of my stuff, and I had some fun things that I haven't used in a long time or ever, and I'm like, oh, I should try to use some of these. So there are florals, they got numbers, they got grids. just random kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one, and I think I'm gonna see if I got a blue. Oh, that slipped right out of my hand. Okay, I'm sure I'll be able to cover that up at some point. All right, now we've got just some text we can put on there. How about some olive? Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so there is some background-ish kind of things. Alright, so now we're going to pull out some fun stuff. Whoops, get back on there. That I got recently. If you saw my last haul, you'll have seen it, but this is going to be the first time I'm using them. Well, this should be fun. So I got the Tim Holtz Tidbits, and I figured we could put some words on here. That could be fun. And I don't know where to even start. I haven't even pulled them apart. Okay, let's start with that one. And let's go with some peeled paint. That could be fun. Now we all know Tim Holtz stamps are usually just beautiful. So hopefully I won't even have to try to attempt to do this with anything, but we're gonna put it right there. Beautiful. And we're gonna put it right there. Put it right there. Okay. Fun. Fun, 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 fun. Okay. Now hopefully I can keep these together in one piece because all my other ones are just weird. So, all right. So I had words, so let's do some numbers. And of course I see one that's in the middle that I want to use, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Okay. Okay, so let's say we do this one in some prize ribbon. Cute. What a fun stamp. Fun, 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 fun. All right, let's do That is a fun stamp. That is a fun stamp. Okay. Off a little bit. And get it back into place. Okay. All right. So I think we are gonna telephone. And let's go with a little. Let's go with a little frayed burlap. Yeah, that frayed burlap has a hint of green to it, so that works out pretty good. Cute. Okay, so I'm thinking I want something kind of round on here, so I think I'm gonna have to delve into my other Tim Holtz stamps, but that was fun to play with for now, right? I got them. All right, so we got this one. Got a smaller block for that, and I think I'd like to go back to another green. All right, Rustic Wilderness. Let's see what that one ends up being. Cute. All right. Just gonna put a little bit more there. And there. Okay, now I could probably go on for hours stamping more stuff on here, but just for the sake of this, probably should stop. Just want to make sure. All right, I think I'm gonna put these little flittery butterflies on there. The last thing that I put on there, and we're gonna hickory smoke them, kind of put them in the background. just a bit of a filler. Yeah, cute, 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 cute. Okay. All right. I lost my little wet thing. There it is. Okay, so let's get that out of the way and get this out of the way. Okay. Now, I did this. That's gray. You're green. You're blue. Got the wrong lids on there. I'll be like so confused. Okay, now on these I stamped just single ones by themselves and cut them out. I have like one left here, this field label. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on there. I'm just gonna cut a little bit more of this edge off. And then I probably will just take a part of this and use that on this one. All right, so I'm gonna, this is now a sticker because it's a sticker, a double-sided sticker. One side is tissue paper and the other side is not. So I'm gonna treat it just like a sticker. Did a little edging on there, trim the edges, and it is gonna peel back just like a sticker. And you can see it's fairly see-through because it was tissue paper. So depending on where you put it, you should be able to still see stuff through it. I'm gonna put it right there. Try to do it straight. So there is that one. Okay. So now if we want to, so what I did when I did the first one is I go through and just trim off the excess tissue paper. I mean, keep it all together if you want, but it's probably going to fall apart on its own because the tissue paper is so thin. But now you have washi tape, washi strips, however you want to use them. If you want to take the whole thing out and stick it onto something, you can. Probably should put something else right there. Create this, put it on the edge of a book, add it to a tag, parts of it, some of it. But yeah, so say, let's say, okay, I'm gonna want to put this part on here, so I'm gonna cut this right there. And we're gonna use this as another part of a sticker. Now if I wanna edge it like that last one, because again, it's a sticker, it's a washi, and we're gonna go ahead and pull that off, and again, you can see everything through there. And we can go ahead and put that right on there. And since it is like a washi, you can see everything that's below it. You can see the stuff that's below it. See that washi, the colors, the things. Cute, right? Field label, boom. I love it. All right, so now to put that on something, go ahead and make another one of those side tucks because it worked so well. This is a little thinner. I want one that's a little thicker. These are cut-offs from when I did the book. That one's a little thicker. So I've been saving them because they make good sizes for tall tags, or what do you want to call it? Oh, I got two of them there. Side tucks. Okay, so if I want to make this into like a side tuck and I want to use that, or say I want to use that, I'm gonna go with that because that's what I decorated. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off. Be able to use that for something else. So we're going to go ahead and peel this whole thing. You can see all the papers that were attached to it. And do our best to put this on straightish. All right. I'm just going to, probably could put it through my cutter, but I'm just going to hand cut it. I'm just going to cut the edge down just a little bit. Just give it a small edge. But now I've got a lovely little tag for side tuck. Cute, right? All right, so let's get the book out and see if I can put one of these just by themselves on a page, just to have a bit of decoration. See, that would be fun. So I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to cut that. All right, so we're going to add this, and I'm not going to ink it. I'm just going to peel it. I had mentioned when I of course not going to peel easily now. Come on, little guy. There we are. I mentioned when I was doing this book, the pages that weren't decorated, I was talking about maybe doing some rub-ons on there or something, but these stickers are going to add a little bit of fun to it, but not add any bulk to the book. Okay, all right, so as you can still see the color through it, but it's got just a bit of, you can tell that there's something there, but it's clear. Fun, right? I like it. Tissue paper stickers. Who knew you could do tissue paper stickers, right? You have to worry about gluing them down. Cool. All right, so lots of tissue paper stickers. All right, so I do have one more thought idea in my head to do. I'm going to take this tissue paper sticker just a little farther. So I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to get that prepped, and we can go ahead and make another version of tissue paper washi strips. So I will be right back with that. All right, so for this version of my washi tape stickers, I'm going to be using distress inks and water to make a pretty background on these. I have taped 2 pieces of tape to a white tissue paper just because you've seen that already, didn't want to take the time. And we're going to go ahead and make some fun. So let's start with purple. Now I've done this before with a index cards, but I thought it'd be fun with this. So I'm going to take the throw water on here too. I'm going to take the ink and do it on, this is just a tile from Home Depot, and I'm going to go ahead and just dab some color onto this in some random places. Oop. Okay. It is, probably shouldn't have wet this as much because now it's falling apart, so I'm gonna have to probably do it separately, but that is okay. All right, so we got some purple. So shall we do some cool blues. Let's do a little bit of cool blue. Some good old peacock feathers. Okay, I probably should let it dry in between. Okay, we're gonna pull it apart because it's about to fall apart anyway. But I am being a rebel and just going with the flow. And there we go. Okay, what color should we put on there next? Some brighter pink, some pink. How about some picked raspberry? Ooh, that is pink. That is pink, 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 pink. All right. Ooh, doggies. That is some fun color. Okay, pick it up. Okay, put a little on that side. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna just put a hint of darker blue on there. Just to kind of balance out the blues or the pinks. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna have to let these dry, and it's gonna take a bit of time for them to dry, but not too long, because tissue paper, not too thick, but it still will take a few minutes. So I have gotten some that I did earlier. So I'm just gonna put these to the side and grab the ones I did earlier. Okay, so I have these, which I had some yellows, blues, and purples in, and then I also did it on the tissue paper, the Simplicity tissue paper. So as you can see, these were done at the same time, kind of like how those were done at the same time, with the same yellows, blues, and greens. But you can see the difference that it makes with the tissue paper that's on there, right? Very fun. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and stamp them. This was my trial where I stamped some fun stuff on the corners for these to start with. So let's go with see if I can get this to stamp at all. And oh, I should probably get my archivals back, right? And I also got the VersaFine, this gray dark one. Let's try that one. Put that across all three. Ooh, that's pretty dark. There we go. All right, nowhere to stamp it. All right, so let's do a little bit more of these generic-y ones. Oh, that's not, oh, that was never used before. Seem to have lost my medium block. guess we'll use this long one. I got the small one here, but oh, there it is. There's the medium block. Okay. All right, so let's say we're going to go with a little bit of peeled paint. Okay, now let's get some lovely words from that Tim Holtz stamp I just got, because fun. And let's do, statement could be fun. Let's try that. Let's make a statement. We're gonna do a little faded jeans. Fun, 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 fun. I see a lot of playing with this set of stamps. Okay, so we need some numbers. And I'm just going to do some more faded jeans because it'll be in a different spot. That's cricket. All right, so back to having something big and circular. And we might as well use that because that's fun. And we'll do a little rustic wilderness. Okay. Just need something little to stamp off of. Okay, there we go. And one last little stamp. There's the lid, just to fill in . Okay. bit of a backgroundish looking stamp, but I don't mind that. Okay. All right, so we're going to call that one done, or those done, however you want to put it. Yes, if you want to put it on a card or something, these easily rip apart like stickers, which is great, and you can see what you're working with. And if you wanted to, you know, stamp something else on one of them, you can. Cut parts of it off, you can. But if you wanted to use it into a book or something, since those are, I did put one in it already. I did this one. You can tell that it had some green and blue in it. And of course it's crooked because that's me, but a few stamps on there, and you can still see the lines that were underneath there because it's still fun, right? I think I'm gonna put that on the outside. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and peel it off because tissue paper becomes a sticker, and then we're gonna just go ahead and do our best to put that on there. Fun. And it's not raised at all, but it just adds a little bit of something without adding bulk. Fun. Pretty dry. I could probably have added something to that at this point, but I am going to yeah, so those are done. So I have one more thought on doing this, and I think I'm going to put it onto here, so I'm not going to stamp anymore on that. So I'm going to pause the video one more time and bring you the last and final version of how we can dress up tissue paper with the double-sided sticky rug tape. Okay, for the last version, I'm going to take the strips we just dyed and some plain tissue paper, and I'm going to do the transfer that I've done before with my printer, where I print onto my slick sheets and then transfer them on. All right, I did take the ever so slightly the strips down just so that they would hopefully not shift, because they are the tissue paper is on the top part, but the back part is the slippery part, so I did tape them down a little bit. Okay, all right, there's what's left that didn't come off. I'll clean that off, and here is the funness. Okay, all right, so it looks like this one only got partial, but this one got a nice deal of pictures. And this white one, very fun. This is just the regular white tissue paper. Okay. There we go. How fun is that? You still could use that, cover that up a little bit so you don't know it's a bird. It's just fun colors, but that's fun on there. Still see the bird there. And this is the, figure that's the same kind of thing, but with the tie-dye behind it. How fun is that? That beetle, that's cool. And this was just, that part's cool. This part didn't land as much because of the way the print went, but still fun. All right, let me show you a few things that I did with a printout from before that I printed some stuff. All right, so I took a digital I had that was a, oop, that's not part of it, that was a ledger, and I did print it out. Oh, here's the big piece. I did print it out onto paper. kind of forgot the fact that it gets mirror image, so these numbers and words are backwards, but they just kind of look like scribble, so I think they're okay. So I did take and put on a regular journal card, I put a piece on there. You can still sort of see the flower behind there. I took one of the washi stickers that I did on white that I just stamped, and I put that on top of there. So 2 pieces of tissue paper on the sticker has become focal points for that, right? And then this is an envelope that I made recently, and I did what I did is I took some of this plain washi and I stamped on top of it. This one is the tea-dyed version of the Simplicity pattern, so I stamped some, like we were doing in the other ones, stamped some stuff to be able to put on there. So I put that one on this paper as a dragonfly. You can still see the writing behind this washi. Here is stuff like that where I just stamped a corner of it. Again, you can see the color, but you don't see, you can still see the words through there. So fun on that. And this, I just took a heavy duty, probably make it a journal cover, and I put one of the just stamped ones on the corner. Simple, easy, right? Just add a little fun to anything, right? Okay, well, that is going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed all of those options to use washi, not washi tape, rug tape. And look how much I still have. I have made so much stuff with this, and I think it cost me like $6. I've made fabric tapes and these guys and just a ton of stuff with it. The fabric tapes, if you didn't see those, they're just regular pieces of full fabric stuck on there. That's what I use, like I said, for the binding, but this is easy enough to cut off and use for any sort of adornments on it. But I mean, look how much I have left on there. Fun stuff. So, I mean, I have a ton of fun to play with. Stamped already. The paper ones. Just fun, right? Just fun. Okay. Well, I'm a bit spent on that. Hopefully you stuck around to the end to see what was up with all 4 options. I even have some leftover tissue paper that I could probably use from the outside. That'd be fun. Yeah. All right, that is going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that stopped by. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Help spread the word of tissue paper washi tape. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I got a lot of fun projects up and coming for the rest of the summer here, as well as some ideas for Christmas already. That's just around the corner, believe it or not. Oh, printer's being weird. All right, well, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks again, and I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.